if you're talking with somebody who maybe want to be a MADabolic franchisee, and what's most important? I think for a lot of the independent owners listening to this, they think that the training and their knowledge around the fitness is at the pinnacle of their skill set to be successful at this thing. I would argue otherwise, because if you're really going to be the head dog here, you won't be coaching all the classes. Let's think if there's fitness and training knowledge, leadership, general business acumen. What do you believe is like the good recipe for someone who's going to be successful in this kind of franchise system?
The three things you just said: leadership, management, and business acumen. So you can't be an absolute dummy whenever it comes to business, but you don't need to be an absolute expert. I certainly wasn't. I hadn't owned my own business before then. I'd done credit analysis, logistics, forecasting, some stuff like that, but you have to kind of be stubborn, and you have to be willing to learn everything. You have to be a jack of all trades. You don't take no. You just keep going and going and going. So I think that's a really important thing. You need to be a leader within your community. I think people need to look up to you, respect you, and all that stuff. And then you have to be able to manage people, especially if you want to scale. I'm definitely not the best manager in the world. I'll be the first to admit that. But I do think that my people know that I have their best interest at heart. The ones that
are you a hard ass?
No, I don't think so.
What's that characteristic you think you might not make you the best manager in the world, or you get the fault of you from a managerial perspective?
I don't like conflict a ton, but in a sense, I think it also makes it good, because I think if you are a complete hard ass, at some point you might drive someone away with saying something that you shouldn't have. So, conflict resolution is something that over the past 5 years, I've had to work on actually addressing people with this kind of stuff.
And that wasn't a dig at you. I listened to that story of when you would get in trouble as a boy, your dad would have trees delivered and have you chopping fucking trees. And when you really fucked up, he'd get like whatever, oak or something like that, which is way harder to fucking cut. So I just didn't know if maybe any of that was like filtering down into your management style.
No, not at all.
No.
I would never, although that would be funny to make them cut some trees. No, not a hard ass like that. I think if anything from my dad, it was just a hard work ethic. I mean, I was up in the mornings with him, 5 every morning, going to work, working till 5. So work ethic is the big thing I got from